Loading Snacks.
What's good, Loading Snacks Universe? Your boy Jokes is here. I got the homie Sin.
Yes, sir.
And we got a very special guest alongside with us today. We have stunning Adam Armstrong in the building with us. Someone that is not estranged to the wrestling world, being a professional wrestler himself. So, Adam, how you doing, good sir?
Doing wonderful, guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Different day. Everything's going well, man. I gotta say, appreciate you joining us for this episode of the Finisher, where we're doing some predictions for Fastlane today. But before we jump into our predictions for Fastlane, Adam, we want to kind of let you introduce yourself to our viewers. Now, some of them may be familiar with you because of us being at USW press conference that we went to, but we want you to go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you fall into this wrestling world a little bit.
Absolutely. So I started training in professional wrestling in 2011 and made my debut in 2013 under the ring name The Blue Basher. So I've been doing this for 10 plus years now, honestly. And for those who don't know, I love professional wrestling. Again, been all around from PA to West Virginia to Virginia, even Maryland. I've wrestled in Maryland. And I have been on WWE program as well in 2017, I believe it was, for WWE Backlash. I was like in a backstage segment, kind of just like they told me, hey, stand here for this AJ Styles promo, so that was pretty awesome to, experience that as well. If you don't know, you can check me out on YouTube, Adam Armstrong Wrestler. You got to use the wrestler because there is a soccer player who actually is from the United Kingdom who goes under Adam Armstrong, and I didn't know that when I first, started doing this. Yeah. So, it is a crazy, wild business.
I dig it. Appreciate that little trip down memory lane for everyone to know. Guys, make sure you check him out. We'll make sure in the link in the bio, everything, you'll be able to have his information, so you can just click on it, go to it, check him out for it. But gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into some predictions for WWE Fastlane.
Yes. You excited on Fastlane, Adam?
I am super excited. I know one match I'm looking forward to is John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline. I think that will be an excellent match. I know LA Knight has been a star on the rise. Yeah. Even from his TNA days, his Impact Wrestling days, he, in my opinion, has always been money.
Facts to that. So the show as of right now, it's only 5 matches on the card. But we know with the last man standing match that's involved, that in itself could definitely go for an hour alone. So 5 matches is not too far-fetched.
And also something could happen tonight on SmackDown that could add something to the card. We haven't seen SmackDown yet at this point, so just to make that note.
So if that happens, we're going to have to just randomly go in and make sure our predictions are there, because that one match can make a difference. And
absolutely.
When we do our predictions, every possible chance we can do, we got to make sure there's a point involved for it.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, let us go ahead and jump in. I got the card in the order I think we'll probably see it happen. This is my massive prediction here. But I think we're going to kick the night off with the 6-man tag team match between the LWO versus the Street Profits and the almighty Bobby Lashley. I've been liking the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley together. It's sort of been working, but I need a little bit more from it. Mm-hmm. The LWO works. I think that was the easy one to kind of put together for it. But who do we think is going to take away the victory in this match? You know what, Adam? I'm going to start with you.
So Obviously, everybody is familiar with LWO. They've been big around the 90s, you know, the WCW days, whatever, and then they revived it with the WWE with this new group of talent, plus Rey Mysterio, who has been in the LWO before with Eddie Guerrero. However, I personally am big right now on Bobby and the Street Profits right now. So that is who I'm going with. I was very big when, you know, they did the Hurt Business. And I was like, wow, this is like a group that WWE has money in, and then they did whatever, broke them up. And I'm like, why would you do that? Okay. But yeah, no, I'm big on this. I know they teased it like last week, like a little breakup or whatever, between Bobby and the Street Profits. But I'm like, ooh, no, this could be money. Like, don't do that. But I'm going with Bobby and the Street Profits.
I 100% agree with you on it. I've been enjoying what they've been doing together. And I know at one point we were thinking we were getting Hurt Business 2.0 or whatever it was. And I was really looking forward to seeing like that whole entire group of them get together with the addition of the Street Profits. But sadly, we didn't get to that point for it. LWO, I think, has got a little more room to grow. So I think we'll see them do some things a little bit more over the next few months to kind of get them into it. But Street Profits have proven themselves. Like, I'm ready for them to get back into the tag team championship contendership. I definitely think they have deserved that for a while now. Bobby just needs to get back to the full things. I know he's in his little manager role type of thing right now, kind of coming behind with the Street Profits, but I dig what's going on with them. But I gotta also side with Bobby and the Profits on this one. Sin, do you agree with us, or are you going the opposite direction?
Y'all stop playing with me. It's Bobby and the Street Profits all day.
I gotta ask this question.
I get it, but what is the LWO? Come on, they've been kind of like cannon fodder for the past couple months to whoever gets thrown into the ring with them. And Bobby and Street Profits have something to prove. Like, they got to prove that dominance thing and everything. So Fastlane, pay-per-view event, it's a great way to kind of start off this thing that they're doing. They're growing. So I got that.
Oh, you were saying that?
And you know, they had that United States Championship match as well. So, you know, and that ended in, I guess, chaos or whatever. And, you know, from what I heard, somebody mentioned Carlito, how Carlito's still signed with WWE. So we may see something there at Fastlane to where, you know, they go back to their old roots of the LWO, where it's a heel group and stuff like that.
I would like to see when Carlito showed up. I was super excited, but then it made it seem like it was like a one-off type of thing. So I'm hoping maybe now with the LWO fully formed, we can work Carlito back into the mix. Because I really would like to see him again. It's been a few months since we last saw him on the let me say it right, the premium live event. I still want to say pay-per-view because I mean it still is, but on the last premium live event for it. But yeah, I like how we were all in agreement on this one. Bobby and the Profits, all the way around. I dig it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna move on to our next match. It's gonna be our first championship match of the night. Sin, this is probably going to be your favorite match of the night, maybe. I think.
Is Rhea in it?
Unfortunately, she's not in it, but some of her cohorts are definitely in this match.
Oh, okay. Now we talking. That's
going to be for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship between the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and Jey Uso and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I'm going to do this even though I know the answer. But Sin.
Yeah.
Who do you have going with the victory for this match?
Judgment Day is coming home with the titles. It's that easy. I don't know why. Like, they have no business being a tag team. Jey and Cody Rhodes. Like, I guess it's cool to have them in a match to get numbers up and stuff like that. But Judgment Day is not losing the belt I think, for the foreseeable future. Look, they just put the North American title back on Dom. Like, they're the only dominant faction that they have right now. The WWE bloodline's falling apart. You know what I mean? Like, it's just them. So it's too soon to take the gold off from this yet. It looks too good with everybody in the faction having gold. It'll be a close match, but they're not. You know, JD. They're gonna do the Judgment Day thing to keep the belts. You know, it is what it is.
And look, Cody and Jay are not to be slept on. Like
I said, it's gonna be a close match.
Like, are you positive these two dudes aren't gonna come in here and take the tag team championship?
No, they're not taking the tag team championship.
Listen, I know Cody's got to finish the story. Cody wants some type of championship. He wants some type of belt right now.
They lost the belt the other week and pissed Mommy off and got everybody back in line. All right, they're not going through that again. Okay, they're not going through that again. Trust me, they're walking out with these belts.
And a small sidebar while we're talking about this. Hey, I know Rhea keeping them in line having a discussion, and she said there's no leader amongst the Judgment Day.
Yes, it is.
Rhea, you are the leader of the Judgment Day.
Clearly. She's the leader. Like,
you are the leader because you are.
We all know what it is. Okay.
In line, and when you want things to happen, things happen.
They happen.
So I think you not intentionally assumed the role, but you definitely assumed that role. Okay, but I will take your Judgment Day pick on that.
Okay.
Adam, where are you at on this match?
You know, I enjoyed the Judgment Day. I love what they are doing personally in WWE right now, to where, you know, like you mentioned, there is no leader, but obviously, you know, even like I think Triple H said something a while in their media conference thing, how there is no leader. Like, you can argue like how Finn is the leader, how Damian is the leader, Rhea. You can't argue that Dom's the leader.
Right.
But, you know, I just love how the things are going in the direction that they're going with the Judgment Day. However, I will have to agree with you how Cody has to win a belt, and Jay, you know, he is a tag team expert along with Cody in a way. You know, when Cody first broke onto the scene, he was with Ted DiBiase Jr. and stuff like that with Priceless and then Legacy. That stuff was good. That stuff was money. And, you know, the experience is there with Cody, and the experience with tag team wrestling is there with Jay. So personally, I'm going to go with Jay and Cody.
See, this is where y'all knowledge. See, I've been out of the game so long.
I like it.
Listening to them talk about, wait, Cody has some tag, right? Tag team on the back of their tag. He got some skills in this department.
I'm gonna hook you up with some stuff, send it so you can go back and watch some archive stuff. Hey, listen, Cody did some fire stuff with my man Randy.
I see where you're coming from, Adam. I see where you're coming from, Adam. It makes me a little more worried. It makes me a little bit more worried, but I'm going strong with the black and purple. Going strong.
I dig it. All right, so I gotta break these picks up right now. It's like Finn and Damian.
You know the right answer.
Cody and Jay. Damian, Finn, Jay and Cody.
Come on.
It pains me to say this, but Finn and Damian are gonna win this match.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
I feel like Jay and Cody are going to work very well together, and I think we're going to see that from a very early on in this match. I don't know if Finn and Damian, I know we've said we've patched things up, and I feel like that may rear itself one time maybe during the match, and we start seeing things go in the Jay and Cody way. But I think depending on if Mommy comes down to the ring or if Don comes down to the ring with them or just show up, I feel like things are going to be kept in line. I really think things will be kept in line for him. But as always,
let's keep real jokes. The entirety of Judgment Day will come out there at some point.
Well, you also know that Damian doesn't like JD. So at some point in the match, you got a feeling that JD's going to get involved.
Yeah, and if when it goes left, that's what'll be what'll make it go left. JD's interference somehow will piss Damian off, and that House of Damo will start to fall.
I dig that. Like, And as always, like, depending on how badly if Finn and Damian start losing, they may just opt to go the loser's way out and just get DQ to retain the championship. So there's always
that's what I would do.
Because there's always a way to make sure that you keep that championship, and it's by all means necessary. So who knows what we'll see.
A win is a win.
But I'm gonna go on the Judgment Day side as well too with it. I would be pleasantly surprised if Jay and Cody pull it out. If they do, and then maybe Damian decides to not use the briefcase on one of the heavyweight championships.
And
maybe he
calls it right there.
Maybe he just uses on the tag team championship so Mommy doesn't get mad at them for losing the belts.
That's the only way out of that situation. Or else
all the Money in the Bank will be gone at that point.
Or else that will be his ass come Monday.
I dig it. There's a couple ways out of that mess, but I dig our explanations. I think we're good to go on that side for it. All right. Another championship match for the night. It's gonna be for the WWE Women's Championship between the champion Io Sky, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go, and I hope that I am wrong.
I hope you're wrong too if I think what you about to say out your face.
But I think Charlotte's gonna win this match. I think Charlotte is gonna win this match. We've seen Charlotte and Bayley starting a little bit of a feud. I don't want to say really a full-on feud, but just some words that they had with each other. Mm-hmm. So maybe if Io were to lose it, maybe Bayley would either step up, will take that step up to try to get the belt back. Because she said some harsh words to her, like, hey, listen, you used to be on top. You used to be that top tier caliber championship, 4 horsemen type of thing, and now you just here behind Io Sky with the championship. So I can see this lining us up for something like that. But listen, it's Charlotte. Charlotte's going to do Charlotte things to make sure that she achieves that victory for us. It hurts me to say it, but I think Charlotte's going to win this match. That will put her over the number. I think that'll put her at 15, because I guess that would put her at 15 if I'm not mistaken. So she would be just one shy of, actually, no, she may be at 15 right now, because she won the SmackDown Championship not too long ago. This may make her a 16-time champion, which will tie her for her father on the women's side, which, by all means, I would like to see that happen, because that would be a real cool thing. But
Adam said, nah.
But there's a part of me that just does not want it to happen all at the same time, too. But unfortunately, I feel like I'm probably right about this. Charlotte's going to win this match. Sin, where are you at on this match?
It's too soon to take off Io. I think leave it on Io and build to Io versus Bayley. I can see that coming. I can see jealousy with Bayley. Even much as I love Bayley, I can see her getting jealous of Io and them coming to a head and them fighting for the title. And Dakota Kai with Dakota Kai being stuck in between. I can see that coming. I think it's too early to take it off Io. I think Io retains. I think she finds a way to pull it out. I'm gonna ride with Io on this one. Oof.
I dig it. All right, Adam. I mean, you got to split the decision one way or the other, or you could be the odd man out. How are you feeling about it?
See, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Io. Okay. Just because I don't want to see Charlotte tie with her father. Part of me agrees with you in a sense. They've been pushing Charlotte to the moon, and it's nothing to take away from Charlotte or anything like that. But she's not her father. She stepped out of her father's shadow when Rick was managing her and stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you are still a Flair. You still have that last name, so you have a legacy to live up to. But the way I look at it is it takes years upon years, and I know she's been in there since 2012. So, but you got somebody like John Cena who has been there since 2003.
something, 2, 3, somewhere around
that time period, who is tied with Flair. And, honestly, and I don't want to say Charlotte doesn't deserve it, but, somebody on John Cena's level, who has been putting in the work, has been, making the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all that stuff. He surpassed the record in that. So it's more of the sense as, I feel like if you were going to tie with your father or break a record or anything like that, you need to do stuff like that.
Build up those other accolades before.
Right. Because, Charlotte was the face of the women's division for a long period of time, up until like Ronda Rousey came up in WWE and everybody was like all excited about that, and I was like, I wonder how that's gonna, play into effect. Does she know how to wrestle? Because I know she knows how to, kick ass. My language, but but I have EO in this one. I like what they're doing with Damage Control. And it will be good to see, that type of match, from all three members, because I feel like that's eventually what they're leading up to, is all three members of Damage Control into a match for that championship.
I like it. That'd be a dope triple threat match right there. To do it with friends, and then.
But we know we can't have that to the least Royal Rumble because Dakota's still more injured. Yeah.
So we think.
and it's not like they are sowing the seeds and building that story now,
And being a wrestler, man, it is all about progress. Obviously, in any type of sport, it just depends on how your progress is and how far along you come from like the injury sustain. Thankfully, I've never been like hurt, to say the least, in wrestling. So, I haven't had to have major surgeries or anything. There's been times where I'm like, ooh, that hurt.
I'm going to lay down. And I might want to get that looked at.
Right. I remember one time I like did a dive out the ring and like landed on my like knee awkward, and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't feel right. And that's personally why I don't take high risk moves.
I dig it. All right, so two on one there. So sorry, Oscar. We love you as champion, but
I do. Just it's too early to take it off EO.
The cards are not in there.
Oscar's a great talent. Don't get me wrong. She is amazing, amazing. But, I heard a rumor also about how her contract will be up in the next couple months, if I'm not mistaken. And they've been talking about going back to Japan and stuff.
We'll see how that'll unfold in the next few months, because that'd be an interesting feat to see. But I dig it. So 2 for EO and 1 for Charlotte on this match. All right. So last 2 matches of the night now. This one was a toss-up because either one of the 2 of these could be the main event, but I think
you know who the main event should be.
Pretty sure I know which one's going to be the main event. The one that I think that's going to be before that, though, let's see if it's a surprise to you, Sin. It's actually the tag team match between LA Knight and John Cena versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Yeah, even though Cena's there, I don't think this one's going to main event Fastlane. I think you closed that out with the Last Man Standing. Yeah. So I think they're gonna come. They're gonna come second to last. But I could be completely
in my opinion too, that is how it should be. A title match, especially like your world title match or heavyweight title match, would always be main event. And I get it. Sometimes there's a build up between some of this stuff, but they've had that match. Nakamura and Rollins had that match before. But in my opinion, any title match, like it doesn't matter what title. Honestly, I just feel like if you're building it and you're building it correctly, it should be your main event no matter what.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that. Sin, where are you at on this tag match?
It pains me to say this with every fiber of my being, but LA Knight and John Cena are gonna win this one. I mean, I'm Team Bloodline, but I think Jimmy's gonna take the pin. I think Jimmy's gonna take the pin because it looks like he thinks he's a part of the Bloodline, but everything from Paul and Solo, like their facial expressions are like, we're just dealing with him until Roman gets back type of deal. We'll just use him to get stuff done. Like he's not really back in. Kind of like I feel like they're treating him. So I think there'll be friction between him and Solo at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That'll start to spell the downfall. Jimmy will take the pin. And LA Knight, come on, he's through the roof right now. Like having to win in the pay-per-view will just push him even further. So Knight and Cena all day.
Knight and Cena? Okay. Sin, believe it or not, I'm going the opposite way. I think Jimmy and Solo are going to win. And listen, Jimmy and Solo, they got to prove while Roman is gone that they can handle business. And what way to handle business would have been to take out John Cena and LA Knight, who is on the up and up right now. And now, of course, Paul Heyman is going to be out there ringside, so Paul Heyman is going to end up having some shenanigans ensue. We know this is going to happen. But I think these two have to prove to Roman that they can handle business while he's gone. Otherwise, when he comes back, we're right back in that same place again, where it's like the blood. I don't want to say they're disintegrating from the inside, but I feel like if they can get this win, and Roman comes back and like, you guys put down Cena and LA Knight. It's like, handle my light work. That way I know I can go on these vacations and not have to worry about the bloodline when I come back. So
is there any interference from Jay?
I don't think so. Even though they're on there, I don't think so. I think they're doing their Solo thing right now. Not to be confused, Solo. They're doing their Solo thing right now. Mm-hmm. And I think for now they'll stay away from each other. At least until we have a bigger picture, maybe if the whole bloodline thing spills back over onto Raw somehow. But until it does, I think they'll just stay in their own lanes. Now, you know what could happen? Backstage, they probably are going to cross paths with each other, and we'll get a really tense moment.
I think we'll get that tonight.
I think we'll get that real tense moment between them. But they'll just kind of go on by like, listen, he's just gonna tease Jay like, hey, you out, I'm in, and just leave it at that. But Jimmy and Solo are gonna take the victory on this one. Adam, you agree with me or you agree with Sam? Who you think?
Now that's easy.
Another tiebreaker. Man. Before I give my decision, I want to say, I've really, really enjoyed the Bloodline storyline for like the last couple years. I think I've told you guys when I seen you at the USW Media Conference, I'm like, the Bloodline storyline was probably the best I've seen in like years. Probably honestly since the Nexus. The Nexus was good, but it is nothing like the Bloodline. Like it had me invested, as a wrestler and as a fan. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so well done. And I don't know who is the writer who is doing this, but excellent work. But I am gonna go with John Cena and LA Knight on this one. Just because over the last couple months, obviously, I've been confused as to where, necessarily this is going. Because obviously you had, Roman and Jay. And then, Jay went to Raw. Or is it Jimmy? Jimmy Jay? I don't know. Both of them look the same. But, and you had them betray Roman and, this sense he comes back, betrays his brother, tries to join the bloodline again, and it's like, what is going on here? Like, you got me more confused than ever now. Like, you had me invested, now I'm just confused and I kind of still want to see where this is going. But at the
Mhm.
same time, again, you know, we talked about John Cena, 16-time champion, world champion, heavyweight champion. And then LA Knight, who is a rising star, who,
Mhm.
you know, is, in my opinion, main event status. I mean, you know, just the reaction he gets from the crowd, like you hear it, and you're like, this guy is gonna be something one day. I'm not too sure if he's gonna be the guy who dethrones Roman,
Mhm.
but you know, he is definitely gonna be something one day.
Definitely.
I definitely agree with that. All right, we got the picks there. So, you know what that leads to? That leads us to the main event now.
events.
And we had already talked about it a little bit, but let us, for you guys out there, in case you don't know, is that is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship between the champions Seth freaking Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know how you guys feel, but I have enjoyed this build-up between the two of them.
Oh yes.
I think this has been a pretty awesome way that they've done things.
Shinsuke in his anime villain badge is phenomenal.
Shinsuke's anime villain style thing has been dope. They gave my man subtitles. Like, listen, just go out there.
Thank you.
We're just gonna subtitle you and let's do it this way for it.
Yeah,
but I think it works
let him do
both
his
ways. But the whole subtitle thing has been clean the whole way through. And then of course, the whole thing once Seth came out and said, you know, that his back legitimately is injured, and Shinsuke, of course, outed that whole entire thing. They've been working that angle the whole entire time, and I think it's been coming across pretty well for it. Now this match is a last man standing match, so there's going to be some brutal things I think that's going to go down in this match.
Oh yeah.
And with that being said, this match easily can go on for an hour, and it can spill just about anywhere in the arena at this point for it. I'm gonna go outside of the box on this one, and I'm hoping, Seth, I love you. I love everything that you do, but I need my man Shinsuke to take this victory. I need Shinsuke to win this match. I want it. I need it. My pick is going to be Shinsuke Nakamura for this match. I could be completely wrong. Any of us could be wrong, but I'm picking Shinsuke. I can't go against Shinsuke on this. Adam, where are you at on this match?
So obviously, Nakamura is top tier talent. Comes from Japan. Is very well known in New Japan Wrestling. But I just don't see him as like a world champion in WWE. Maybe mid card, but you know, I just don't see him taking the belt tonight from Seth Rollins. Now, you can point out, yes, and I can vouch for this. Rollins probably does have like a very, very bad back, you know, especially doing it, you know, 300 plus days out of the year. All of them guys. It does take a toll on your body. With it being a last standing match, you're gonna see a lot of, you know, chaos and weapons, tables being broken. But I am gonna go with Seth Rollins on this. However, are we able to talk about what may happen after?
Hey, hold that thought, because I had a curveball that was going to come after we make our picks. So hold that thought. Hold that thought for a second.
Seth Rollins on this then.
Got it. Sin, where are you at for this match?
Out of every match on the card tonight, this is the most difficult one for me. I think it can go either way. You know, I love Seth Rollins. I own his merch. I actually own Seth Rollins merch. But I'm going to have to go with Nakamura. I'm going to have to go with Nakamura. One, if Seth's back is really as messed up as they make it out to be, I do want to take the time off to heal up, get surgery, you know, and to prolong his life as long as possible, that he can stay in his business and do the thing that he loves. So if all that is true, in fact, All right, cool. Let's give it to Nakamura. You know, go chill, lay down for 6, whatever much you need to, you know, get right. I think it's time. I think it's time. Seth he's been dominating. He's been crushing it. The storyline, it fits for him to pass it off. You build Nakamura up as a villain, make him a big stay on Monday Night Raw. He's been bodying, like I said, the whole villain heel angle.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with Nakamura on this one.
Nakamura?
I gotta go with Nakamura on this one.
All right, Sam. You know, I'm not mad at you at all. This match is going to be fire one way or the other.
Yes, definitely.
So now, before we wrap things up, there's a curveball here. There's an extra point that is possibly to be earned at this point. That extra point. Does Senor Money in the Bank cash in this briefcase at Fastlane? Does it finally happen, or does he wait a little bit longer? For the extra point, now, normally this is not the way we do it, but Sin, I feel like this is the fair way to do this at this point. If you choose to accept said mission, if it happens, you get your extra point. If it doesn't happen, you lose a point. I feel like there has to be consequences for this if you choose this. So, Sin, first things first, do you want to opt in for a potential extra point here?
Do I want to? Let's do it.
Option for the extra point. Now, for opting in, does it get cashed in or does it not get cashed in?
If Seth wins, it gets cashed in.
Oh, so that's how you saw it. So if Seth wins, the briefcase gets cashed in.
By that time, his back will have enough damage done to it from Shinsuke. You know that's going to be his focal point the entire match. If somehow he's able to make it up by 10 and win, then we can come in and clean up, cash in, and take the belt.
All right, I'm going to put that down for Sin. Seth wins. Yes, it will.
Oh, and I can't watch this on Sunday. This is going to kill me.
I'm good with that. Adam, do you choose to accept the potential extra point here?
Absolutely.
Dig it.
Okay.
Does the briefcase get cashed in?
When Seth wins.
Woo! Okay.
Absolutely, it gets cashed in. Obviously, I gave my prediction on the Tag Team Championship match. What way to make mommy happy than to bring home the WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
That would be a very happy mommy.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Jokes?
All right.
Do you accept the challenge?
You know what? Hey, listen. Y'all did it. You know what? I'm joining the challenge.
Okay.
And the briefcase will get cashed in. I agree. I'm not 100% sure on which one. I still think if Shinsuke wins, I think Damian is going to cash this briefcase in regardless of who wins. I think with the way this match, it's a last man standing match. These two dudes are going to be spent at the end of this match, and this is literally the perfect opportunity to cash the briefcase in on either superstar. So I'm saying regardless of who wins,
okay,
Senor Money in the Bank is cashing in this briefcase. Now whether he wins or not, we'll see. We're not gonna pick that. We're gonna let that one kind of.
Don't you dare cash it and lose.
Hey, listen, there have been
Bobby
some
go ahead. Your
We're going on for like 4 or 5 years now. I think John Cena was the first one to cash in and lose his Money in the Bank championship, right?
There's been some bad opportunities with the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's just been absolutely hilarious. But the majority of the time, they've cashed in. They've cashed in successfully. So I dig it. So hey, listen, those will make or break points right there. Who knows? We all get it wrong, then we all lose a point, and it doesn't really make a difference either way. But we'll see how things go, and let's see, because obviously it just matters if you cash the briefcase in. Gentlemen, that has been our predictions for WWE Fastlane. I greatly appreciate you guys taking the time out to do this, especially you, Adam. Thanks for joining in on this.
Absolutely.
Do me a favor. Hey, absolutely. Do me a favor one more time. Let everybody know. We'll make sure the links are in the bio. Let them know where they can find you and what you got coming up next for you.
Yep. So you can find me on Facebook. Just type me in, Adam Armstrong. Instagram, Stunning Adam Armstrong. You can give me a follow. I may follow you back. That depends on the feel. I like you. I like you two. You two are okay in my books. You can also follow United States Wrestling on Instagram at the official USW. Find them on Facebook also. They got big things planned for next year. We should still have one more media conference coming up in the fall. That's still in the works right now. But the first show for that will be March 9th, 2024 in Elmore, West Virginia. You can follow them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram. That way you can keep up with everything going on. Follow me and just keep up with me, and you can find out where I will be next. I may be on a show this month or next month for a USW showcase match. I can't release nothing yet, but it is in the works, so we'll see.
I dig it. Cool. Appreciate it. These have been our picks for WWE Fastlane. The biggest thing is, who do you guys think is going to win these matches? Make sure, drop in the comments, let us know. And also, let us know what you think is going to be match of the night. Marcus, make sure you make your picks, because there's not going to be any complaining when the show starts. And you're not picking anything as we're watching. You're going to have all of your picks in.
Don't worry. I sent him a message before we started saying we need your predictions. I just gave him a reminder.
Good. Make sure you hit him with the bonus question after. Let him know that he either loses a point or gains a point on this go around.
Oh no, we're going to discuss that tonight. We'll be in the Discord tonight discussing it. Don't worry about that.
Dig it. Gentlemen, once again, I appreciate you taking the time for us. Guys, this has been the prediction show for Fastlane on the Finisher. We will catch you the next time, but until then, we will catch you later.
Loading snacks. Ow, ow.